All right, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My camera is not focusing. Karaoke Andy here, and it's once again my absolute honor and pleasure to trade live with you here in Tom's channel. The US markets just came back yesterday from vacation and with my family. Yeah, I didn't work out for 1 week, except for occasional bike rides, and I ate a ton of crap. So have to get back into my regime. I just came back from the gym. Hope you're all well. I missed you guys. So I'm glad to be back. The disclaimer: this is no financial advice. Trading involves risk and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct your own research before trading. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. This stream is governed by the stipulations set out on the website tradertom.com. tradertom.com/disclaimer. Yeah, I've read that once or twice. There we go. So markets will open in 3 minutes. I want to trade the espresso with you in the Dow Jones. I use a 38-point offset. Yeah. Want that box to be centered here. Maybe I didn't draw it big enough. Maybe now. Okay, that will do. That will do. Will not do. Okay. Bloody hell. You know what? Maybe I draw that new. Why not? So you see that, how I do that. So Dow closed at 52,224.6, currently trading at 52,171, so slightly gap down, almost neutral. So, and you see here, when I draw a rectangle and I want a 38-point offset, you see here that the point count up there is close enough. So I don't know what's happening here. I would love to have it just okay. So I'm not sure. I use a 190-point stop loss for the espresso, maybe 100 points, maybe 120. I know we are trading in the 52,000s. So I can just place here, you see the sell order here. Maybe I get away with a 100-point stop loss. Yeah. So just a little bit. My God, this is flimsy. So you see, I would buy directly the gap fill here. Let's put the buy order there. And as I said, I might need to adjust that since this candle is still moving. All right. And probably I have to. Yeah. I don't know why that is snapping here. Okay, deleting the buy order. 49 seconds to go. Dow is trading higher. I don't know what's happening here, guys. This shouldn't snap like that. Wow, it's really expanding a lot. Maybe I need a larger stop loss after all. So we'll increase to 120. Ten more seconds to go. And boom. I think close is close enough what you say. So orders are in, orders are live. Have to considering trading the espresso in the Nasdaq. It seems to move much cleaner oftentimes. Let me just try to use the line tool. Oh god. So we filled long. Okay. Long the Dow, ladies and gentlemen. Dow, long, boom. The previous session high comes in at around 25,374. Already 30 something points in profit. I will delete the short order. Shall we just be happy with 50 points? There it is, plus 50, closing Dow. Dow closed, closed Dow. I don't know what that was, 49.50, maybe 49, I will check that. So, okay. $49.3. Why not be precise, huh? So 59, 49.3. Okay. So let's look at this crappy drawing here that I made in preparation. So Dow opened more or less neutral. Close to yesterday's close, which came in at 52,224.6. So I marked down here overnight high, which we just shot through. And previous session high was this candle here. There's the top. Try to mark that down. And overnight low I marked down here. Came in at 52,044. So in previous session low. I don't know why this is snapping. I don't know. Do I need to? What is this? Magnet. Hide all drawings. Anyway, There we go. So let's look at the FTSE. So my first day after the holidays. Yeah. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq closed at 29,155. Well then, all right. And this is rather sizable gap down, right? 155 plus. Yeah, whatever. Can I measure that? Ooh. 267 or 0.92% gap down. So, a Nasdaq. We had a strong European session while I was trading this morning. Unfortunately, I was short. Got an 80-point loss in the DAX, but was able to recover from it. And then I closed out at a reasonable level based on structure. And guess what? The market continued, and then I was furious that I wasn't in anymore. Well. Well, looks like the Dow might want to revisit previous session high. So on this, why did I exit at plus 49.3? Because I thought that 50 points is a good thing to scalp early momentum. That's what the espresso is for. Was it feasible that we get up here? Yeah, totally. But I have to decide, right? Do we expect a trend day today? A larger move right from the get-go? Could be. And we should still be long, right? Definitely here. Bulls made a new high on the second 5-minute bar. But now I have difficulties to keep the body blue on my chart. 2 minutes to go. Nasdaq. Very, very strong. It's the 15-minute chart. Okay. So first 5 minutes bar, nice close near the highs, small upper shadow, now retracing. If you wonder what overnight is, I just everything between trading sessions, like where the Dow is officially open, between yesterday's close and today's open, I just call that overnight, and I mark the high and the low. I usually do that in the DAX. Find that helpful in the Dow and actually in all stock indices as well. Often see that to be areas of interest. can turn into a magnet or support and resistance, more so than other random highs or lows. Nasdaq didn't close above. We double topping here. Or do we just eat through resistance and then continue higher? Probably I would buy the Nasdaq here on a breakout. Stand by! Might get filled. Dow trading below prior bar low. Will we find support here at the swing high here that I call overnight high? Long the Nasdaq now, ladies and gentlemen, on a breakout. $28,992.7. Stop loss 80 points lower, 28,882.7. Ooh. Hopefully not double topping here. Dow comes down. But so far the Nasdaq is strong. No need not to buy strength. Dow found support not at overnight high, but definitely at yesterday's close. Nasdaq now making new highs. Higher high double tops exist, ladies and gentlemen. Why am I? Yeah, usually I have it the other way around. So can I reverse that? Yeah. So now Nasdaq is left, 5-minute chart. Dow is right on a 5-minute chart. Come on, Nasdaq. Want to take profit either at the gap. Oh wow, that's a nice target, huh? Or even here. Just put, don't forget about it, previous session high as a take profit. Dow looks strong as well, doesn't it? Wait for the close. Yeah, good close on the Nasdaq. Consecutive bull bars. Stop loss to break even in the Nasdaq. Let's see if you get lucky. Is there anything left that I might have overlooked? Well, here's a swing high, but it's all just tops from a downtrend. The real magnet here is the close or previous session high. Dow is breaking out. Buying the Dow here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little late to the party. Buying the Dow. On a breakout. Andi is buying the high of the day. 348.3. And stop loss 120 points. I would probably at the low here 190 points. If we go back there, then it's probably reversing. 52 158.1. Boom. So Dow is a little bit tricky because previous session high, we're approaching that, probably have already. Close is close enough. I want to show you here. Nasdaq coming back down. Ah! Okay. So hopefully we don't double top here. No. Ah! Looks like I'm getting stopped out for zero in the Nasdaq. Ooh. The tiniest of buffers left. 5 points, 4 points. Come on, bulls! There was 50 points in profit. What I don't do, ladies and gentlemen, I will not move stop loss away. Moving stop loss to break even after, I don't know, a buffer of 50 points seems to be about right. But of course, retracements are real. Stopped out for zero in the Nasdaq. So. Not an easy trade, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a aggressive screw run. Long position. That means we would add above the high of bar 4. Happy to do that, should we get there. Okay. Yeah, let's focus on the Dow. Fortunately, no luck in the Nasdaq. Good close. Would I wish for more? Of course I would. Putting an order in to buy the Dow again on an aggressive screw run long. And we are long the Dow. Boom. Edit. 52,377.4. 52,257.4. Probably will be happy if I move both stops below the low of 3. What do you say? That swing low here. Okay. To 52 to 12.2. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I want to see what the Nasdaq is doing. Okay. I want to buy the Nasdaq again. Moved my stop up and then this bar happened. Dow retracing a little bit. Okay. Want to buy the Nasdaq again. Or am I overexposed to be long so many indices? Let's focus on the Dow. Looks strong enough. Yeah, let's go. No, I want to buy the Nasdaq again. Stand by. Buying the Nasdaq. There we go. $29,037.2. 28,867.2. Already been in that trade, already 50 points in profit, and it's what it is. So, let's see. Let's flip to the 15-minute. Oh, very nice. Move stop loss in Nasdaq below bar 1. What is that? 28,911. So there we go. Come on, Nasdaq. Come on, Dow. Dow's struggling with the resistance here. Have to be careful not to lose on a position where I'm 200% long. But so far, looks strong. Everything looks good. Come on, Dow. Push a little. Look what Nasdaq is doing. God, Nasdaq is strong, huh? Did we get a close above on the 5-minute? We closed above. Good. Come on, push. Ooh. Come on, Dow. There we go. Ha! The discomfort, huh? That you see. Just worrying about my exposure here. That's all. There you go. I'm closing my second entry. Put stop loss to break even on the first. Closing Nasdaq. So closed Nasdaq. Nasdaq closed. Closed Dow. One still running. Stop loss to break even. And I'm closing for plus 100. Dow closed. Okay. Whew. All right. So, you guys want to still be long? Be my guest. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I want to ease myself in after a vacation. And I felt like I was a little bit aggressive here, but the markets were strong. What am I supposed to do? Is my job, right? So that was plus 43.8 and plus 104.3 in Dow. And ooh, that was stopped out for 0, but here's a tiny loss. So let's deduct that, plus 40.5 in Nasdaq. All right. Coming up to school run. Oh. You know, Wednesdays is usually my shittiest day, and I've rarely, I don't know how long it's been that Wednesday has been a trend day. I just can't believe it. I'm so surprised right now that the Nasdaq is still motoring on. We'll probably get up there. Bloody hell. I will take the school run in the Nasdaq in smaller size, if that's all right with you guys. So. Okay. Okay, technically school run has triggered already, so I'm buying the Nasdaq here in a half size on a discount. Nasdaq 50% long on a school run. So. I don't know. There we go. $29,093.6. 28,977.5. So if we lose on that one, we already have a nice profit buffer. Oh, that's all right. Good to be back. All right, guys. I wouldn't mind if we do the Q&A now, because this is clearly so. Clearly set up. What else would you do if you have two consecutive bull bars closing at their highs? You know, a single bar like that. Why wouldn't you go school run long, right? So why wouldn't you? Especially when it's so strong. Good. So Q&A, if you don't mind. So Johan, my friend, Johan has his own views on the market. In the morning, he is talking about being long the DAX and whatnot. So he said that get in until 10 a.m. Eastern plus a bit. Be aware, oil news at 10:30 US. Oil news market handed you the keys today. Oh, well, also have to be in, right? So, thank you, Johan. Always a pleasure to read your comments. Oh, Bruce asks me, hi Andi, can you tell me how to get the previous session high and low on the screen? Yeah, well, believe it or not, I draw that by hand. I personally do that. So, the session is, starts at 3:30 p.m. my time, which is probably 9:30 New York, right? So, yeah. And then I just draw a horizontal line here. Place that on that low, and I also put a circle there. So I do that with the high. I do that with the overnight, or in this case, pre-market low. Yeah. That's how I do it. Probably in TradingView there is a function for that. Just be aware. I look at when the market is actually open. That's what I call session, right? Stock market has an opening and a closing bell. Yeah? And so in between, that's what I call the overnight. Futures and also CFDs, they trade before that and after that. So just be aware of that. Yeah. Bruce says, now thought that was an indicator, but I will do the drawing myself like you. Yeah, it can help, you know, I don't know. Just wanted to know if there was any indicator or homemade. It was home drawn. Yeah, home drawn. Drawn. See here. So, with the crappy drawing tools here, you know, horizontal line, you click on here and then you just, boom. Horizontal line. There you go. No, unfortunately, no indicator for that. Doani from Guatemala. Hi Andy, what strategy do you use to trade the Dow? Is it like espresso? What do you mean? Yeah, I traded the espresso with you in the Dow, and then I simply bought strengths. That's it. Looks strong. I want to be a buyer. That was the reason to get in. So Bruce adds, hope it does not require 20 years of working in Microsoft Paint like Tom. And Tom is absolutely, he's a grandmaster of Microsoft Paint. He's a grandmaster of Microsoft Paint. Nobody can Microsoft Paint like Tom. I use for screenshots, I use ShareX. That's a freeware, open source, whatever tool. Does the job. Somebody says, Johan says, that TradingView has an indicator called OHLC with GAB. Okay. Whatever rocks your boat, brother. Just don't forget to pull the trigger. So, here, gentleman says, double E. Love the two chart on screen solution. I do the same. Miss the candles on bigger screen, but I still prefer two charts on one screen. Yeah, look, that's the thing, right? I have 3 monitors, but I only can stream from one. So, and the other 2 are occupied with streaming software, monitoring my output and the Telegram and this. Do you know actually what Tom uses to make those trading tickets? Here, that's how it looks. It's a little piece of software. So I can click on that and then, yeah, it creates those tickets. And then I have to edit that. So Dow coming down now. Okay. Start measuring retracements. Because why not? So, 50% retracements are a thing. They happen. If you get a 61.8% retracement, then our stop will get triggered. Ah, well. But, you know, that's the classic school run. Stop loss is at the other side of the signal bar. That's where I placed it. If we lose on that one, then it's like that. It's in half size, right? So, we still made money. And we at least took the school run. Now just because you had a couple of winners, then taking it easy. Even if it's after vacation, you can miss out on something. However, too good to be true bar sometimes, you know, retraces. Sam says, Andy, hi. I might have missed this, but what were you during your holiday? Hiking, karaoke? Well, so I have a wife and a daughter, 5-year-old daughter, and yeah, if it was just me, I would just probably go from karaoke bar to karaoke bar. But we actually went on holiday to the Netherlands. You know, I used to live in Düsseldorf, or close to Düsseldorf, in Germany. From there, it's very close to the Netherlands, so it's where I spent a couple of my holidays when I was a kid, and I thought it would be a great idea for my kid to see that. So we took the bikes, went by car, stopped in Germany in a theme park, spent the night there, Phantasialand. So great roller coasters and whatnot. You know, my 5-year-old went on all of them that she was allowed to. Even I was a little scared. But yeah, she said couldn't get enough of it. And then next day we went further and stayed in a nice hotel, had sea view, took the bikes out, building sand castles, went into the stormy sea. It was lovely. Yeah, absolutely lovely. And the Dutch, they make the greatest, I swear to God, the greatest junk food on earth. Yeah, it's so tasty, the stuff, everything deep fried. It's fantastic. Frikandel special, you know, bitterballen. Shout out to the Dutch. You have your fantastic food over there. Love it. So, Deepak Gupta from India. Can we short Nasdaq? And Nasdaq may test 28,700. Why do you think so? Why do you think so? Would you short this? I wouldn't short this, brother. I buy strengths and sell weakness. I wouldn't short this. Also look on the daily chart. Yesterday was a strong bull close here. Yeah, of course, anything can happen. You know, why wouldn't we look at this and say, okay, it's a downtrend or a bear channel or whatever? But you know, I can only trade what's right in front of me, and that market says I want to go higher. Right? So that's what the market says. If you want to sell short, be my guest. Look, it's a market. You know, for me to buy, somebody else needs to be willing to sell, if you think of it, you know, and that guy also thinks it's a very good idea to sell to me, right? So you just have to pay to play and to find out. So take a short position, be my guest. The best trade is usually the hardest trade. If you want to sell this, that's certainly a hard trade, brother. So if it goes down, my hat goes off to you, you know, if you down here, wow. Huh? Someone made a large profit here. Andi, thank you. You should check the gold. Andi, you are good with the Americans. Order them to up the market. All right, wait a second. Let me call. Hello there. It says the United States. Yeah, Karaoke Andi here. So Joseph here. Joseph in the trading group. He writes me. He wants the markets to go up. Could you do that? Could you just? No. Oh. Well. Yeah. Sorry, he was asking. No, sorry. Yeah, bye. Sorry, Joseph. They don't do it. They're not doing it. Unfortunately not. So, Ashok says, congrats, Andi. Thank you very much. Ventsislav Ristov says, love to see you happy, Andi. Yeah, I'm very happy right now. It was a was a good trade. Now the market is losing a little bit of steam, right? So come on, let's just let's measure the retracement again. It's not even a 38.2% retracement. Let's just be optimistic. What is 33 points in the Dow? Nothing these days. But certainly somewhere we're taking profits here, like I did. Somebody, TD from the Philippines, I didn't know that quarter contract size is allowed. Lol, I always trade half a lot. Thank you for that. Great trading day. Sorry. I'm not trading big enough size here. You can trade whatever size you want, brother. But you know, people are watching here. Believe it or not, it's not that easy when people are watching. By myself, I trade a little bigger than that. I'll beat nothing like Tom, but a little bigger than that. So, Don Quing Shot says, "Hey Andy, welcome back. I've been trading a great run up on silver this afternoon. Well done, well done. I don't trade silver or gold. I just don't. It's just." I somehow stick to stock indices and sometimes to my detriment, you know. When I see sometimes what you guys do with silver and gold and oil and that moves so much and you make all the killing there, I'm just thinking if I work too hard for my money. Oh, we made a 38.2% retracement and now certainly price reacted to that for a second, coming down now again. Ugh. Okay. Could we just get another leg up, please? Please, just one more leg up. Maybe, you know, Saved by the Bell, finding support here, the classic one, right? uh, oh my god, it's working, right, Joseph? I feel sorry for the short sellers because they shorted without me. Oh, yeah. Joseph obviously trades big size. So big balls, big size. Antonio from the United Kingdom sent a screenshot. Hi, Andy, quick question if you don't mind, as I'm listening to you. Yeah, but thank you for listening. I'm trying to replicate yours and Tom's exact Trade Nation setup, but I can't seem to get the same layout on my platform. In my account, I only see the entry and stop price labels, while Tom's chart shows the floating positions orders panel with break even, close, plus the chart labels, live points. I've attached a screenshot of Tom's setup, my current layout for the comparison. Is this something that can still be enabled, or is Tom using a different legacy version of Trade Nation Trader? So, from your screenshot, let's show that to everybody. So, that looks like you're not using a Trade Nation Legacy Trader. It looks like you're also using Trade from Chart. Here's the logo. So, in Trade from Chart, you have several options. For example, you can click on this here, and then you can have here a couple of options. You can click here, and you have a couple of options. Maybe play around with them. And other than that, go to tradertom.com, click on live trading, and here is the Trader Tom Trade from Chart software group. Click on that, and I'm sure the guys there will be very happy to help you with your technical questions. I'm also not an expert. I just I'm always happy when it works. You've seen me struggling drawing a bloody rectangle there. So, oh wow, this is a long question from AG. Hi Andy, it's great to see you live again. First of all, congratulations on the amazing work you do. Thank you. I like to ask your opinion on something. For a while now, I've been backtesting a breakout strategy based on the first 5-minute candle after the market opens on the DAX, Nasdaq, and Dow. It's more or less a variation of your espresso strategy. It's not mine, it's Tom's, but I've worked a little bit on it. But it waits until the initial burst of volatility has settled. That's nothing wrong with that. From my backtesting, I've been able to consistently capture around 30 points on the DAX, 40 points on the Nasdaq, 50 to 60 points on the Dow. Now look at that. The one thing I'm still undecided about is where to place my stop loss. Would you put it just below above the signal candle, or would you just use the previous swing high-low instead? What do you think? Tja, stop loss placement. I feel like when the market is already open, I use more or less an arbitrary stop loss, like here in the Nasdaq, for example, 170 points in the DAX, something between 80 and 100 points, 25 to 30 points in the FTSE, 190 in the Dow Jones. Maybe I sometimes cut that down a little bit, but that's probably something you need to roll with. You've seen I was 50 points in profit in the Nasdaq, put stop loss to break even, and then here this little swing low here doesn't look like much, right? That stopped us out here for break even. So since you don't have many reference points, right? So you probably would need an arbitrary stop loss. Would just use an arbitrary stop loss. And doesn't also, if it has a great efficacy, if it works out often enough, the stop loss can be greater than your take profit. It's just a matter of math, right? So play around with that. Don't just go for, oh, I need a 1-on-1 or 2-to-1 or whatever. Play around with it. So our position is back at entry. Look at that. Okay, so JB, you're great. Wow, great day today. Andi, is there a way to undo the break even when I regret pushing it? No, of course there is. You can always just grab the line and drag it back down. Next time you come to Holland, let me know, Andi. You're always welcome here. Oh, thank you very much. Probably plan another visit. I love it there. Big fan of Holland. Always have been. Even though, the Dutch and Germans, they have their little rivalries. But, it's also, I think we visit each other the most. Germany is surrounded by a lot of neighboring countries, and the Dutch also. But the Germans and the Dutch, despite those little rivalries, we visit each other quite often. So there you go. You're welcome. Marco Barbaro. Dear Andi, the Dow school run long is in a loss. Should we close it or have hope? Yeah. Bar 350 minute looks bad. See. Well, brother, nobody knows what's going to happen, right? So this can reverse. We can get stopped out. I don't know what will happen. Just if you look at what we are printing here, that's pretty strong. And we might fill the gap here. We might see higher prices. We might not. At this point, I can measure that retracement again. I measure from here where the market is open. Okay, so not from down here, but from here. So from bar 1 till the high. So 38.2% retracement is a shallow retracement, right? So 50% retracements also happen. Even 61.8% retracements happen. But at that point, I will be stopped out because my stop loss is at the opposite side of the school run bar. Yeah, we retraced more than 50% here of the signal bar. But we're still trading within the confinements of the second 15-minute bar. don't know. When I look left, there is nothing. Yeah, it's what can it is always, it's like I was at the North Sea, it's like the waves, there's some back and forth, the tides. And so the markets, it's always some back and forth in other areas of life as well. The good old back and forth, you know what I mean, right? But I don't know what will happen. I don't know. Nobody knows, right? But I think nobody can blame me for buying this, right? I think there's good reason to be long here, the Dow, rather than short. Why would you be short the Dow now? Because it looks too good to be true. All right. But I just rather be long. I just rather be long. If it gets stopped out, then so be it. It's like that. So. Netherlands, where did you stay? We could have met. I don't want to exactly disclose it, but it was a little north of Amsterdam. So probably no. So did you get a cup salon? A cup salon, you mean a hairdresser? No, I went yesterday to my barber shop here in Prague, which I trust. So with this fate. Fries with shawarma and cheese and some salad to make it look good. Yeah, I don't know if that's so traditionally Dutch. I know, but maybe it is. Haven't tried that one before. Okay. Yeah, and somebody, Marcus from Germany, pointed out I'm talking about the Dow, and I'm actually trading the Nasdaq. Yeah, sorry. Of course, I mean the Nasdaq. I'm long the Nasdaq. Why wouldn't I buy the Nasdaq? Just switch it in your head. Does it really matter? It also looks strong. Sorry, but I was talking about the Dow. Of course, I mean the Nasdaq. You're right, Marcus. That's such a German comment, right? Nee, you're trading the Nasdaq, not the Dow. If you're talking about the Dow, you should talk about the Nasdaq. No, but you're right. You're right. You're right, brother. Absolutely. Sorry. Good recovery. Welcome back. Thank you. That was from the morning. Thank you. Richard says, funny, my colleague just spent 2 weeks on a Dutch campsite. Said she loved Holland. It's absolutely lovely. And they have those little towns and windmills and a really great bicycle network, right? Dedicated bicycle paths. Yeah. And good-looking people. Yeah. My wife was like, well, the Dutch guys, they're taller than you, and I'm 1 meter 91. That's, I don't know, how much is that? 6'5". Not small, but they're taller and blonde, and some of them they were really jacked. So hats off to the Dutch, maybe there's something in the water. Yeah, but I also have to say the ladies, yeah, can't complain. So some of us said I was born in Scheveningen at the beach. Holland is called now Colombia at the North Sea. Why is it called Colombia? I don't know. Jacobo says, yes, in this case, your broker needs to take other side of your trades, basically. You're talking about a B-book. Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's no secret that Trade Nation that I'm trading with, they have a low and fixed spread. So the spread is always the same. It's very low. It's probably hard to find better spreads. Maybe there are. but most of them are variable, and that can widen due to volatility. Here they're always the same. So and yeah, so Trade Nation might be book you, right? So, but as you know, I don't care what they do behind the scenes, to be honest. As long as they treat me fairly and I get my fills, and I'm just, I personally, I don't care. Yeah. So if they want to book me, to take the other side of my quarter lot trade here, come on, take the $50, you know. So Bart says, love your sense of humor. I'm smiling and hope for retracement. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm watching that here. Come on now. Push higher, please. Tom said lately that German people rarely say any jokes. Want to prove him wrong? I'm joking. Nice to have you back, Andi. We missed you. That was in the morning. Right. So because of all the drugs, the Colombia of the North Sea. Hey, I did a family vacation. I didn't touch any drugs. I never touched any drugs. I smoke cigars, however. So that's no secret. I'm a big cigar smoker, and they had in I was in a town called Alkmaar. They had a very lovely cigar store right next to a little Grachten channel there. They have, like in Amsterdam, those in the old town, they have those little water channels with little boats and those bridges that can just open and close to let boats pass. Absolutely lovely. Ooh. So Richard says exactly what she said, 6-3 rather than gray, like us do. I had an account manager from Trade Nation Ring. I reckon they like the size and volume following Tom Hougaard generates. Yeah, they probably love Tom for basically not getting any benefits of that. So JL from the US said 15 minutes ago, would you take school run today? Thanks for being here and making it fun. Yeah, I just did take school run. So yeah, in the Nasdaq. Come on. So there's nothing wrong with taking school run every day. So hang tight. Getting back at the entry. Woo! I maybe would add on the regular school run. Maybe add here if we make a new high. Come on, I place another buy order just above here. The high is here is 109.1. So, and I want to be a buyer maybe. Okay, I can't drag it. Now, not that I get filled by the spread. I want that we have a tick higher. So, no. So, come on, 111. Putting in an order. Probably stop loss below the swing here. Something like that. Another 50% position. Should we make a new high? So, all right. Hey, Patex is here, my friend. Also from Holland. Gentleman that I know personally. Dow dancing around 61.8% retracement, just in case you want to see it. Nah, I'm happy with the Nasdaq. With the Nasdaq right now. So, tonight is Tesla and Alphabet results. Impact Nasdaq and S&P 500. So if it impacts the S&P 500, so it will impact the Dow Jones. Yako says, okay, interesting. Oh, Joseph sadly took a loss. by the way, I was wondering, what is your relationship with Al Brooks? None. I just said hello. uh, I actually I talked a little bit more to people from his team, and at the Macau event, to Richard, to the two Tims, and to Rose, but she wasn't at the Macau event. But still, we're sometimes chatting. So, no particular relationship with Al Brooks. Now, the thing is, with Al Brooks, he's very popular on his own event, so people are constantly swarming him, right? So you really have to stand in line to talk to Al Brooks. So, and I didn't want to, also at the breakfast or whatever, I didn't want to intrude. Was lucky enough to be part of that, so that's all right. But no particular relationship. Probably Al Brooks doesn't even know who I am. So LC from Mexico. Was there any habit outside of trading that had an impact on your performance as a trader? I'm referring to habits you have had to change, where you have seen potential for your development as a trader. Yeah, well, exercise and diet, sleep. It all plays a role, right? To be able to perform well. I'm not as crazy as Tom, but yeah, I go to the gym and I watch what I put in my body. And I feel if I, for example, like in my holiday, I ate all that good stuff, but that makes you lethargic, and oof. Also, I went to the gym today. After only riding the bicycle and stuff, the hitting the weights, I was like, fuck. Ooh, that's tough. I'm glad to be back in my regular routine. So that certainly helps. Discipline helps. But if it was just discipline, every gym bro would be rich, right? So have to work on your emotional control more than anything, right? So Ali says, put a stop what you are willing to lose. Well, stop loss placement is a stop loss size that determines your, in terms of points times stake size, that defines your risk. That should be, for example, a percentage of your account size. Traditionally, maybe 1%, something like that. And stop loss placement should be rather based on structure, right? Or based on ATR, like how much the market breathes, up and down, or something. Have to have a good reason for stop loss placement. So the Nasdaq is not doing well here. Well. Oh my god, Tom just... Tom is just posting there now a large article about nutrition and eating. Yeah, but Tom is very... there's an all or nothing guy, Tom just can't, do a little bit of anything. He's to go all in. So can only respect that. Training emotional control is my wife's job, Johan says. Well, not sure what you mean by that. But if you're a married man, maybe you get an idea what Johan means. But I do love my wife and wouldn't be here without her. Where I am, that is absolutely clear. Plus, she's absolutely gorgeous. So, there you have it. Tom is changing the Trader Tom's channel to nutrition. Sorry, now he says fuck, sorry. No worries, Tom. We're doing well, right? Aren't we? We can talk about nutrition as well. We can talk about everything. We can talk about nutrition. We can talk about tech support for the Trade from Charts software. Also trading related stuff, if you don't mind. So, yep, trades 25 hours a day and pushes everything to the max. Richard about Tom, probably. Joseph asks, okay, how I met Tom? Well, on his symposium, I think it was in 22 in London. And it was, I think, 3 days and an evening. I went to karaoke because I'm Karaoke Andy, right? So, of course, that's what I do. And somebody made a video of that, and that somehow ended up in the break between, I don't know who was talking first and after, but in the break between two talks, I was suddenly with my video on the screen. So that rest is history. So the Nasdaq is coming down. Sorry, it's like that. I don't. Let's see. How much did we retrace now? Well, we retraced 50%. Maybe we'll still survive this. 50% is a fairly regular retrace. Oh my god, this is killing me, those drawing tools. Maybe we still survive this. If you want to cut your loss here, take your loss here and cut the loser. Might not be the worst idea under the sun. Do I have any conviction in that recovering? Well, retracements are real, but I wouldn't be mad after 3 consecutive bear bars on the 15-minute chart. If you would be like, hey Andy, that was a bad idea to buy the Nasdaq on a school run. Let's get out of here. Wouldn't blame you. I stay in. It's all right. It's all right. So Camille from Poland says, how can I get access to Trader Tom Live diet questions? Well, Francesco says, great job, Andy. Thank you, Francesco. Rylands from the USA. My most burning question, what arcade games do you have there behind you? All right, this is a good question. So there are 2 arcade 1-up machines. The one has Street Fighter 2. The other one has Mortal Kombat 2. And that one there, I built myself out of plywood and an old monitor and a Raspberry Pi. And on that are only legal emulations of old arcade games that I own myself or some public open source games. Yep. So a lot of them. So, Ewald says, I trade with you funded as a prop firm. The AFM, a government institution, has blocked you funded in the Netherlands. Now I have lost a lot of money. You funded did not have a license. That in the Netherlands too. I had to pay 6k to trade with 180k with a max drawdown of 8k. What? In the Netherlands, the rules and high taxes drive you crazy. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a lovely country, but a high tax country. So, shall we get out of this Nasdaq position? Is there still hope? I don't know what the fuck happened. Come on, 50% retracement. Now go up. Yeah, sorry about that. The tax situation in the Netherlands, as lovely as your country is, that is not a nice thing, right? So, here is Clyde from Italy. Hi, Andi, amazing stream as always. I live in Italy and I'd like to know how it is living in Prague. And also, is it difficult to move the residency there? I'm planning to move there if you have any advice. So, if you have a European passport, there's absolutely no problem with that. You just go to the town hall to a specific subsidiary and get your residency permit, and that's it. They have to give it to you. Right? But it wouldn't hurt to take somebody with you who is capable of the language. Otherwise, in Prague, unless you have to deal with bureaucracy, and there's really not so much of it, you know. So you do that once or twice per year, and other than that, you get away with English here very, very well. So Prague, very high living quality, safe, public transport is excellent. It's not cheap anymore, but probably cheaper than Amsterdam or Rome. Guarantee you that it's cheaper than that. So, hey, you can use the R for retracement tool. R. Yeah, the retracement tool. But I don't like the levels there. I don't give a fuck about 21 and 79%. Right? So, I'm a Fibonacci guy. I want my 61.8 and 38.2% retracement. Okay. 50% is there. But yeah, it's beautiful, right? Ah, lovely. That's Tom's, huh? I think he put that in because I think Rose, price action Rose, uses those levels. I don't know. Okay, so now others talking about this tool as well. Okay. Gabor, where's the nutrition chat? I have to ask Tom. Oh. Man, you know, I used to be on the carnivore diet. And then there was that Macau trip, you know, you can't do Asia on carnivore. Absolutely impossible to not eat carbs in Asia. That will just not work. And then, you know, I thought, okay, a family vacation. It would be sad to pass out on all of those lovely things that the Dutch fast food cuisine has to offer. So, yeah, kind of stayed on carbs. And now, guess what? You can see it a little bit, you know. Yeah. I have to be back on my regime now. Bloody hell. So LC asks me, how many hours do you spend backtesting? I don't backtest that much. I do, however, I do some, I would call that research, but I don't, put in a strategy tester with fixed stop loss and take profit, and I don't do that. My friend, I'm long the Dow. You're looking at Nasdaq. Yeah. No problem. I was trading the Dow myself. You're great. Thank you. You're great too, brother. So, yeah. There's a limit long but not filled. Yeah. Not shorting DAX today, Andi. Do I do that so often? I did short the DAX in the morning, didn't end well for me, but I recovered. So, Rylan, the guy who asked about the arcades, okay. I've been meaning to build a Raspberry Pi arcade. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's a lovely idea, and I'm telling you, the kids love it. And you can buy, I bought those joysticks there. You can buy them with controllers on Amazon or on, I think, on AliExpress. Yeah, probably from Amazon is a good idea. Right. So, well, that's basically it. There are also some images down there that are already pre-filled, but I don't know how that is legally or whatever. But if you Google for it, you probably find what you need. When will the cooking channel start? Yeah, I'm actually I'm quite proficient with using the grill, right? So I don't have a house with a garden or whatever. I live rather close to the city center of Prague. But I have 2 terraces, and on one is a gas grill, and I like to put meat on that. And I'm actually very good at cooking steaks. Very, very good. Because of, being on a carnivore diet. This is what you eat. So Orange says, waiting to get it from the morning back too. What do you think? Oh. Just hope for the best, brother. Hope for the best. Ooh. Felix says, just added the first time to my winner and cut my loss smaller in the Nasdaq. Feels nice even if I lost a small bit. Could be a big winner also. There you go. There you go. Just don't add to losers, please, right? So the moment, at least, wait till you break even on your trade to double up or to make a new high or whatever. Just don't add to your loser. It's tempting to say, oh, it's a 50% retracement and we just buy more here and average in. Yeah, don't. Because if that breaks down, then you're really... if you add to a winner, because, look, you put on a trade, you don't know what will happen, right? You just have no idea. You can backtest as much as you want. You can read price action as much as you want. But at the end of the day, you don't know. But if it's already going in your favor, then at least, that it's so far working out for you. So you have much more confirmation, you have much more information. So that's where you should add, right? So to all of you who add to their winners, well done. No need to add 100%. You can add a little bit. Just get into the habit. It really pushes the odds in your favor. And if you're taking half profits or something like that, or scale out, next time you feel the urge of taking profits or half profits or whatever, add instead and see where it goes. That's the Tom Hougaard philosophy. And yeah, might not regret it. Camille asks, do you like I do, DAX more than NASDAQ? It has less hectic movements back and forth. Yeah, I don't hate the NASDAQ, right? So, but DAX is kind of, I'm a European and also I'm German. So DAX is kind of my home turf. I know DAX much better than I know the US stock indices. Is no that being said, I really don't want to be in that NASDAQ position anymore. Yeah, I know my DAX a little bit better than the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones. 6 is an inside bar. I would say let's wait for the close, but what if you get stopped out by then? Now I can cut the loss a little bit. I mean, it's a stop loss is in place, right? So it's a 50% position. Let's not get flimsy. So Johan is what, like 50% is around 15. So you can see the OHLC gap indicator. Wow. Guys, if you can make anything from that, Johan says 50% is around 330. Here. You can see the OHLC gap indicator top left. Yeah. So, yeah. If you say so. You're better in technical analysis than I am, I'm sure. So, and I really mean that. I just look at me. I just bought the school run, so I have no idea. The question about the stop, but you have an emergency stop around 150 points, right? Brother Carlos, I never ever trade without a stop loss. I always have a stop loss. So right now I have a stop loss here at 28,977.5, 116.1 points away from my entry. Yeah, so I never trade without a stop loss. And I use an arbitrary stop of 170 points in the Nasdaq, but I adjust it based on structure. And here, when you take the school run, the stop loss needs to be on the opposite side of the signal bar. So that's where it is. So Marco Barbaro, don't short the DAX. Has a muck. Don't short the DAX. I have to show that to you. Right? So Tom would put on his German accent, would be like, ja, don't short the DAX, otherwise you get Autobahnverbot. 50% retracement is working, huh? Yeah, that's what I use. So, don't short the DAX. So, will it break yesterday's close and go long? Johan, I'm already long. I would probably get out around there. Anyway, so you guys. Oh, there's Kevin. Hi, Andi. Would you be agree to pay the overnight fee on long side from now for like 4 to 14 days for a higher high in Dow? If you have reason to believe, I don't know which time frame you're on. If you want to hold for 7 to 14 days, that would be a swing trade. I usually close everything intraday. Then I would probably trade futures and avoid paying the overnight fee. Right? So with futures, you pay a round trip. You pay for opening the position and you pay for closing the position, plus usually a fee on top of that, right? So, but you don't pay overnight fees. You just don't, right? In CFDs, you do. So if you want to hold for 2 weeks, I would probably recommend trading futures. Might be cheaper. I'm always, at the end of the year, you pay thousands in commission to your broker, so you might as well optimize that. So if you hold longer, just trade futures, right? If you have a couple of days, I probably wouldn't mind. I've done that. It's not like the fees are so high. Ooh, we're back at the entry. So, putting in a buy order above bar number 3 in the Nasdaq. Yeah, I think I have to go on futures for that. Thanks, Andy. No worries, brother. Svetan says, futures have crazy margin requirements for overnight holding, like 10 to 20K, while for day trading it's a couple of $100. Well, okay. Take everything into account. I don't trade futures. Of course, I have traded futures in my life, but I'm more of a CFD guy. To me, it doesn't matter. The charts, they look the same. I rather trade it where it's the cheapest for me to trade. That's why I trade CFDs. But not everybody has access to CFDs. They're banned in the US as far as I know, so you have to go to futures. And overnight fees are real. So just take into consideration, you're all adults, the total costs of trading, and trade where it's cheapest. To me, this is a commodity. Trading the Nasdaq is like a Big Mac. If there's one McDonald's here and another McDonald's there, this one charges $5 and that one charges $15. Yeah, I better eat that bloody thing where it's $5, right? So it's the same thing. Nasdaq is Nasdaq. You doing Tom's German mimic excellent. Yeah. Well, a German pretending to speak with a German accent. In USA, we can't trade CFDs. Yes. You can't. So then you don't need to worry. If you can't, then you can't. And don't worry about it. So just note that my prices here are different from future prices, right? So charts may look the same, but prices are different. Lusmilla. Andi, Lusmilla here in Glasgow. Quick dump question. There are no dump. No, I take that back. There sometimes are dumb questions. There are dumb questions. What time frame do you mainly trade on? Or trade on? I'm assuming everyone has their own preference, eh? Thanks so much, Annie. Great stuff today. Well, that's actually not a dumb question at all. I trade for usually 1.5 or 2 hours per session. Sometimes I hold a position longer, but I close everything intraday. So I'm looking at the 5-minute, 10-minute, and 15-minute chart. And I consult maybe the daily or the 4-hour or the hourly just for orientation, right? So it makes sense to say look here, in the Nasdaq, we have a strong bull bar yesterday, closed at its high. So, and now on the daily chart, the bulls are pushing this candle up, and the body is still red, but it's the tiniest of a body. It's a long tail, so gives me a little bit more confidence in the long position. But hey, I'm biased. I'm long, right? So But hey, back at entry, ever so slightly in profit. The 50% retracement worked. Let's measure that. How do I just learned a new trick, right? So I have to press M. Oh, nah. No. Retracement R. Ah, yeah, so there you go. Click. You see that? Ah, was it 50% or was a little more, right? So, but hey. Okay, hope that helps. But you know, time frames, if I don't tell you that this is the 15-minute chart, you know, you couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. They all find the same patterns on every time frame. Usually you can say that the higher the time frame, the higher the signal quality. Ooh, we are long. The Nasdaq just got filled. Nasdaq 50% long. $29,111.6 stop loss at. It's also at 28,976.6. I hope. Quickly look at that. Price 28,976.6. 28,976. Yep. Looks good. All right. Shall we hope for the gap fill and call it a day, ladies and gentlemen? Why is that? That pill is driving me crazy. So wasn't there anything for that? Options. I don't know. To take profit should be on the gap close both. But hey, the lines are on top. Heißt das that staggered lines? Staggered order line. There it is. It was the setting. Okay, good. So I'm hoping for another push and a gap fill. So put that on as a target. So and where I lost. Okay. You actually made a cup out of that, huh? Marco, you're killing me. Oh, some gentleman says he will buy a car today. $6,745 in open profit. Are you trading demo, brother? Are you bullshitting us here? Joseph, are you really trading that size? Wow. All right. Camille from Poland, confirm if I'm wrong, but since TD365 merged with Trade Nation, they do not offer 1 to 100 for EU traders, isn't it? I tried to open an account, but they offer only 1/3 to 30. Well, so TD365, the broker I was trading with for almost 5 years, was always part of Trade Nation, and now they basically dissolved it under the umbrella brand, which is Trade Nation. So TD365 doesn't exist anymore. We were all, our accounts were migrated to Trade Nation. Now it's not blue, now it's orange. So that's basically it. I had 200 to 1 leverage with the sitting in the Bahamas, right? And with the Bahamas subsidiary, so SCB regulated, but not tier 1 regulator. And now Trade Nation offered me, and probably a lot of you guys have gotten that same email, that you can change to a European entity. So you would have tier 1 regulation. I think they sit in Portugal, maybe. Yeah. But I gladly stay with the Bahamas. Thank you very much. I don't know. I haven't tried to open an account since. Also, how much leverage you have access to depends on where you actually live. So they have a geo filter maybe on their website. I don't know. You have to probably talk to them. Maybe talk to Trade Nation about that. Oh, 60 points in profit. 62. Will we get a gap fill? All on long. Yeah, always in long. Bahamas are ex-UK, so legals will be similar. Bank is UK, so that should probably protect cash. Richard says yes. So the if you're with the Bahamas regulator, but Trade Nation keeps your money with Barclays Bank, I believe. So that's true. It's a very profitable day for Joseph. Yeah, well, I'm happy for you, brother. Luz Miller is happy with my answer. Okay. Come on, Nasdaq. I don't want to puke through another retracement. Putting everything to break even. So, everything to break even. I don't like that bar deflating. Don't want to be a dick for a tick, huh? Should have taken profit there. Come on. Ooh. Let's go. Come on. One more push. Ah. Come on. Okay, I'm closing here. Fuck it. I don't have any more patience. Sorry. I hope you're okay with that. closed for, I don't know. How much was that? Plus 36. 50. Now you would have 50. I don't know. Let me see. Ugh. 38. Yeah. It's what it is. So, 4 more questions from you guys. I will take those and then I will wrap this up. What are the motives or thoughts that keep you in this position, or is it just a habit? It's getting out here was just me getting impatient. It's not a good trade for a trader. So close to a gap fill or previous session high, but I didn't want to give back on my profits here. We should sometimes also make an effort to keep our spoils, right? If you're still in, hold at least till the gap close. That's probably the good thing to do, right? So there's there you go. So if you look this from here to here, that's geometrically this long. Can move that over and then it disappears. Don't you just love those drawing tools? I wanted to clone this. You see, if you look for a equal distant move here, that would take you up here. Coincides a little bit with previous session high here. Right? So first leg from here to here, pull back, second leg. Nobody knows how long the second leg will be. Sometimes they're a little bit shorter. But small gaps are usually filled faster. So here the gap fill is close now. So that might happen. And then there's also not so much space till previous session high. But yeah, it can also be that we see another retracement and then we get a third leg up here, and the legs get smaller and smaller. That's a little bit the pattern that I was fearful of. Had my 2 positions there. Didn't want to. We already puked through this one here. I didn't want that goes into negative again. I just took some profit and be done with it. But hey, what are my motives? Habit. Trying to squeeze out more out of the move. But also looking at structure, right? And trying to read price action. So what can I say? Can also be just philosophy. So sometimes when Tom is in a trade, he also doesn't know what will happen. And maybe there's even some reasons that would suggest, should maybe get out or close or whatever, or take profit here. But he just out of principle stays in. And then instead of closing, he adds. So like instead of me closing, he would probably add another one on top, And yeah, that's more philosophy than price action reading, right? So I have to be mindful of state of mind that I'm in after a break, after a holiday, and making a couple points here, and to just when I lose my cool, my patience or whatever, you know, I probably walk away, and that's what I will do. So could have taken a break, now come back. Andi, really well held on your Nasdaq. Thank you, Chris. SK, your mood in this live session reminds me of me when I have a good trade and need to just basically start again from factual data and sensible perspective. Sent this to Tom yesterday. Gem from you this morning, summarized in my own words. One good trade and you feel like a superhero on your next trade. I remember that. Thank you. There you go. Yeah. There you go. And we are just probably approaching my original target. Thank you very much. Anyway, well done today on your Wednesday trades. Yeah, Wednesday is usually my shittiest day. Well, not today. So Shinzi. Yeah, and we just filled the gap. I wish I could say I got fucked by Trump. Is the man just manipulating the market deliberately now with these posts, or what? My fault, failed to stop loss as I added to a trade, got smashed on the spike down, got liquidated. Hard lesson. Ah, fuck, sorry, brother. Never trade without a stop loss. And yeah, those crazy Trump tweets, they also got the better of me once, you know, but I have to say also sometimes worked in my favor, so maybe it's balancing itself out, but crazy. Also how the market reacts to that, you know, to a social media post. It seems gap filled on the futures charts already, said Ethan. I'm not super familiar with CFDs except watching you and Tom. Are there different candle closes, or I'm not looking correctly? I'm looking for session high, not session close. Understood. Yeah, well, I have to say that CFD charts sometimes, you know, between CFD brokers, they can look slightly different. But usually they're more or less the same. If I would pull up a futures chart, they would look pretty much exactly the same than what we see here. Just the price difference is there. That's it. Ashok says, I have an important question, teacher Andy. I'm a teacher. All right. I have one question about your process, since you are almost right in the direction 99% of the time. Ooh, I'm not right. I was wrong in the morning. I just flipped the switch and added to it, so that saved my ass. Anyway, but thank you. When you are taking trades and see indices moving up, while in the background, 2 oil ships burning in Hormuz, Iran hit multiple places of USA locations, many USA soldiers died, Russian oil's infra attacked by Ukraine, all of which impacts global economy in the but index prices are going anti. Does your trade direction factor in such global events, or just go? Well, no. Look, I'm not a news trader, right? If you want to trade the news, you need a Bloomberg terminal, which, I don't know, used to cost 50,000 per year. It probably costs much more than that now. And then you have to react to the news instantly. What you read in the news that is available to you is already factored in. You know, the market has already priced that in, right? So there's no point. At least, you know, when you trade on a 15-minute chart, on a 5-minute chart like I do, you know, there's no point in that. So news events like CPI, PPI, stuff like that is a different story. but there we use the rule of 4 and wait until the crazy price action stops, and then maybe an underlying trend emerges. Otherwise, I completely ignore the news. I couldn't care less. It doesn't help me. And I also don't look at oil or whatever. I just don't. So the reason why I don't do that is because that's much more complicated than you might think. So if you look, for example, at the Gulf there and the Strait of Hormuz, so you have there the oil producing and exporting countries there, Emirates and stuff like that. That's basically desert, right? So they have to desalinate their drinking water, and they have to import food, right? And guess where that food and that where that comes from, and the goods, they're not producing anything, right? That comes through that same Strait of Hormuz, comes on ships, yeah. So, and Iran, they can with their missiles, they can create great chaos there by attacking Gulf states. So, and the Gulf states there, they sell their oil. It's basically their biggest source of income. They don't produce anything. They have to import all consumer goods and food. They have to desalinate water. Maybe have to import drinking water as well. So they rely on their oil exports. So, and what do they do with the profits from that? They invest that in the also in the American stock market, because historically, if you look at the S&P 500 or whatever, that it just goes up, right? So it's a very good idea to do that. But if they can't get their oil out of there, and the oil is paid by the petrodollar, right? So then suddenly they have an issue. They don't make dollars anymore, and then they can't buy food and supplies and consumer goods anymore. And God beware, the Iranians say they hit some desalination plants. It really can create such a chaos. So what would they do? They would probably pull out money out of the American stock market, right? So they would sell some of their assets. It wouldn't be a good thing for the US indices. It wouldn't be a good idea for the dollar. So, but those things, I used to study economics back in, but it's really like a long time ago. But the interdependencies, they are not always so obvious. So what you see there in a flash second is not necessarily bad news, can be good news. There's also an element of interpreting that right. Yeah, and global economies, they're so intertwined that's not always easy. So that's why I just by this little story try to give you some perspective on that. So that's why in my trading I just 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart, bro, come on. It's just I trade what's right in front of me, and that's it. There you go. Richard, Ref Oil, Saudis and UAE are already digging a canal to bypass Hormuz. Yeah. Canal or pipeline. Sure. Because guess what? Our economies, they run on oil. So Joseph, thank you for this lovely day, Andi. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm a go take my profit and seriously go to buy a car. I will send a photo. All right, well done, brother. Do that. I think profit objective now has been met for all intents and purposes. Tom would probably add here and just hold for the for the sake of it. It's philosophy at this point. But based on structure, taking profit here, nobody can be mad. So, my hat goes off to you. That's a big profit. Enjoy, brother. So, Dow is just breaking out of the consolidation pattern. That's great news, but I will now close down the stream. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It was an absolute pleasure and honor being here with you. I had a blast. Thank you very much for listening. Karaoke Andy.